Hi everyone, my name is Jerry Cook and I am the Awkward Optimist. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I want to go a little bit off script and just share a little bit about why I started this whole idea of being an awkward optimist. I want to speak particularly to those of you who feel like you can't get a break, basically, that life just keeps getting at you and you're just looking for the next relief basically from all the things that you're going through. A few years ago, I started a research project where I began interviewing individuals about the tragedies that they were going through. And it's in my book, I Survive, Now What? And, really that book has changed a lot of people's lives. But the reason why I'm sharing this is because their stories changed my life. And I really became more aware of the power that one person's story can have on other people who are going through those same kind of things. And so that's why I wanted to share my story through this book called Awkward Optimist. My, it's hard to track basically where my shift happened because I think I was a pretty happy and optimistic young child, but I could definitely say that it was after the loss of my mom when I was 14 years of age. Um, it was a long time ago, but it still hurts. Matter of fact, very recently was her birthday. Very recently was Mother's Day, and when you're told that if you live right and if you do the right thing, that she's going to be healed. And you know what? My mom was healed once, and so grateful for God's blessing that we had her as long as we had. But shortly after I turned 14, we were given the same promises. Hey, you live right, and everything's going to be okay. And then she was taken, and that was really, I think, the beginning of where optimism became very very difficult for me, and how not really trusting that things would be okay actually kind of turned into a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I don't want to go so far as to say, "Oh, I deserved it. I brought it on." But when you go through something like that, and over the last 10 years, I've been diagnosed with several different diseases and illnesses, and it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to maintain trust. It's hard to maintain hope in those situations. And so I just want to let you know that if you're one of those people, you're not alone. And so one of my greatest challenges, it might seem kind of silly, but a lot of times my children would want to go out and do things, and particularly sometimes my children would want to go out and do hikes, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, and the most I could do is drop my kids off to where they'd go hiking with other kids' dads, and I have to tell you that's some of the most painful things. That's those are my memories, and I'm not mad at other people who did that. I'm very very grateful, but at the same time, it's when that's your time, when that's what you really see yourself doing, when that's your identity, and it's just not happening. It's it's really hard. So this isn't a video about woe is me. I just want to give you. It probably sounds like it, I'm sure, but I just want to give you a little bit of a preface, if you will, to why I started all of this. And matter of fact, it was my first Awkward Optimist daily challenge of walking a second mile on a treadmill. Now you might think, oh, that's nothing. I mean, matter of fact, I used to be in cross country running. I've loved to run most of my life. I grew up on a farm. We ran if we wanted to get anywhere. Then we had to run many times, and so I've always loved running. But after experiencing some major health issues, it just wasn't possible. Matter of fact, every time I'd try to exercise anything significantly, I'd get very sick. One of the illnesses that I have, I get dehydrated very, very easily, and it could lead to very serious consequences. So, that's enough of the downside. But I just want to say, this is real, and this is me, and that's why I am an awkward optimist. I realize that so much of my past has had incredible impact on me, and but the good news is that by changing my thoughts, and this is not a hocus pocus kind of a thing. I think from the outside, I would have thought the same thing, particularly as a scholar, as a scientist. I typically don't go for those kinds of things, but I have to tell you that I've been working really hard and becoming a better or more efficient awkward optimist. And I'm up to 7 or 8 miles per week on the treadmill. Sometimes I'll do 3.5 miles at a time on a treadmill. Again, it may not seem like much to many of you, but to me, it's a mountain, basically. And I'm just so grateful that by changing my thoughts, I am becoming the person I've always wanted to become. And it's not about becoming wishful thinking. It's not about denying reality. It's about choosing to focus on the good in my life. As a matter of fact, not only the good, but the greatest good in my life. And I have been working really hard for more than 2.5 months on that. Every single day, I've pushed myself in ways that are just unbelievable. I've gone through some, pushed through some triggers, and but at the same time, I've had a lot of fun, and I've become much more optimistic than I have been in the past. So that's my story. I don't know who it's going to appeal to. It might be one, it might be many. I have no idea, but I just want to let you know that my goal of helping other people become optimistic, I mean, it's a selfish goal. I want to help you because I want to give back the kind of thing that I have received, particularly in the last couple of months. My life has changed, my relationships have changed, my confidence has changed, my physical energy has greatly improved. So if you want to join me on this journey, and I hope that you will, please make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you check out the Facebook links or wherever this is being posted, and love to hear your story. What kinds of things make you more optimistic? And when you think of the words awkward optimist, what do you think of? Anyways, take care. It's been a long enough video, and I just want to give thanks to God for my many blessings. This has definitely been a God thing for me, and something that I feel incredibly blessed and inspired to do. So anyways, take care.